Hey, Peter, will you come give me a shove?
Oh, yeah, Michael, sure, fella. Hello, it's for you.
Oh.
Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com, and Happy New Year to everybody. I hope it's been a good first week for you, and that you were able to enjoy the holidays. I want to say thank you to everybody who posted or sent well wishes on the end of year video that I posted. It was a bit of a rush trying to get everything done there at the end, but didn't get quite everything that I wanted to finished last year, but got pretty close. And now it's New Year, time for a new build theme. So for 2022, the theme is going to be music. Bands, songs, music videos, anything that kind of falls under that. And the first project is going to be this guy, the Monkeemobile kit from AMT. This was originally an MPC tooling from '67. It's been repopped a bunch of times. This is the 2000 edition of the kit with the funky psychedelic art on it. Take a look at what's inside the box here. I do see one problem with it straight off is they're calling it a Barris custom. This was actually a Dean Jeffries design. Forget about that for a moment though. And take a look at the kit parts. First up, got the body here. And it's got this cardboard sleeve around it, which I thought was a really nice touch when they introduced it. Helped protect the thin A-pillars. Kind of wish more kits would have that option, especially on some of these with the thinner. But take a look at the actual body. And there we go. So yeah, you see it's actually a really pretty sharp tooling. Does have really thin A-pillars there, so all the better that they put that protective sleeve on it. But, yeah, looking at the details on the cowl vents and the hood brake, it's actually pretty sharp for the age of the tooling. Got nice sharp GTO badges there, and around back, generally pretty clean work. It's actually a lot cleaner than the '67 GTO stock version that they've got repopped. And next up, got the interior tub, and it's traditional old tooling, but again, actually pretty nice detail on it. It's got the button detailing on the door panels and some carpet texture. Next up, got the seats and engine. Take a look at that. It's a simple two-part engine. Got the half of the rear axle, steering wheel. Again, got some numbers cast on the transmission. Pretty good. Part of the roof. Got the dashboard here, which is really nicely detailed. Has the vents, the grab handle, and yeah, that looks pretty sharp. It has a brake pedal on it. Got the seats. We've got 4 bucket seats here. They're done in a matching pattern to the door panels. Again, pretty nice sharp detailing. Separate exhaust, separate drivetrain. Pretty nice work on these. Got the side scoops for the body. The exhaust headers for the engine. And the front and rear lower fascias. Here we've got the rearmost bench seat. Got the main part of the roof here. It's got some pretty nice canvas texturing on it. And here's the chassis pan. And from everything that I've been able to find, this is actually pretty accurate. The car had a fixed rear axle so that it could do wheel stands. And so no rear suspension and a flat bit back there for the rear deck is totally correct. Also pretty nicely detailed. Got brake cables on it. Front suspension is all one piece, which is a little unfortunate, but again, really not too bad here. And here we have a set of tires. They're all the same size, hollow Goodyears, and I don't think that's right. I think the car had larger rear tires. I will double check that and maybe pull something from my parts box. And finally, a few loose details. We've got the glass here, clear for the windshield, transparent red for the tail lights, and the parachute and a keychain that was included as a bonus item. So that's everything that comes in the kit. I'm going to get started on this and I will be right back. Okay, so I got some basic assembly and paint work done. So take a look at what we've got here. I'm going to start with the engine. Got some Pontiac blue on that, a little bit of steel for the transmission, some gunmetal for the header. I did a little reshaping on the starter there, so I need to go back and touch that up with some black and strip the chrome off the oil filter, so that looks a little bit better. But generally, this went together and had no problems with it. I did have to do a little bit of flattening up here on the top of the engine, but otherwise everything went together exactly as you'd hope it would. For the chassis, I've just got some black on that with some silver for the fuel tank. I think I'm going to go back and do a little brush painting on the frame rails, give them a little bit of a gloss just so there's some contrast. Otherwise, that's pretty much done. The seats were probably the worst part of the kit so far, and even they weren't too bad. Did have some seam marks on the top and bottom corners there that need to be cleaned up, but got those rounded off and got some flat white on them. I'm doing this as the early version of the car with the white interior and the tan top. So also did some white for the interior bucket, did a little bit of black carpeting with the craft felt, and I took a couple of pieces but then blended that together with some model flocking. That's ready to go. And then last up, bodywork. I have the front and rear lower fascias glued in and just a little bit of putty on those. I do still need to do the tip of the nose right there, but I wanted to get the bottoms in and secured first. And really, given the complex shape of it, again, I'm impressed with the quality of this kit. Really nothing to complain about. Went through and removed all the support structures for the windshield, which does include the vertical supports here. The car did have wing windows, but it was attached to the A-pillar, not to an extra post. So that's just purely a molding relief for the manufacturer. So I need to go through and clean up the little nubbins here where everything was originally cast. But since I still need to do the side gills on it, and I figured I'd do everything all at the same time when it comes to sanding. But, yeah, so there's that. Again, looking pretty sharp from MPC. Really, overall, very impressed with this kit. Next up, I'm going to be doing some paint on it, and we'll hopefully have that ready for next week. So check back then, and thanks for watching.